host you with all my 0 viewers.
I think we got like 2 extra ones next time, or extra new ones last time. So
oh wow! /host.
Let's mute that site.
Yeah.
There we go.
Wow, it looks so much crappier on the stream than on
it does.
screen.
Oh yeah, I found that way to fix that, and I forgot to share it, and I forgot to do it as well. Oh well.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
This video looks so crisp outside of the reshare, guys. You have no idea, audience.
There's like the chat is all the way over on the right side, just in case anyone wants to. Hi, here we go. Chat
What's going on, guys?
I haven't been interacting with the chat.
Yeah, well, I'm never actually on the Twitch page, so.
Yeah, I'm very rarely on it.
So we only have 2 viewers.
I know. That's why we only have 2 viewers, because we never interact with chat.
No engagement.
Major is offline. Oh, and Major.
If we interacted with chat, we'd have 1 million viewers.
Mute that.
Yeah, always mute the Twitch chat.
Yeah.
There we go.
Gets real confusing for a moment if you don't.
I wish there was like just the chat and like just chat, no video.
You can do that.
Oh, I'm not going on there if I have to watch myself.
I know you can do just chat. I've done it before, and I can never quite remember
3 dots
exactly how to do it. But I know I've done it.
No, I'm sure there is a way. I don't want to look at my face. I just want to.
I think you can pop it out.
Well, yeah, you can pop it out. That's for sure. And then
mod view chat set.
If I do that, settings. Can I then close that tab? No, I cannot. So even if I pop out chat, I still have to leave that window open.
Pop out chat. Oh yeah, I don't want the. But can I go to a different? Hello, fans.
Cool. Yeah, you can just add /chat to the URL.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Look at Peter with the big brain.
If I close that, yeah.
I knew there was a way I'd done it on mobile. I'd never.
Oh, okay.
I think there's a way to actually do it, but yeah, there we go. That's better.
All right, I can deal with that. That's good.
All right, Viewer Palooza, here we come.
Got that chat up too.
So
now it can just be us chatting with each other.
I did read the rules, so I think we're good here.
Oh yeah, I still need to read the rules instead of playing with this chat.
My keyboard is so loud.
The chat is there a way to do dark mode on the chat? Because now I have a white screen.
Oh yeah, mine is dark.
Yeah,
so
mine is also dark.
Apparently I had already gone dark mode.
Dark mode, there we go. Yeah. So you can see my face in light mode, dark mode.
Mirror in dark mode. Yeah,
this is why we don't use the chat.
Twitch, mirror, Twitch. Mirror,
welcome to 4 people using Twitch who don't really know how to use Twitch.
Switching tabs.
Yeah, this is Mark was making fun of or showing me a making fun of thing, a meme, I think they call them, of someone who had photocopied their iPhone to send a photo to someone. And I was like, I can't make fun of it because like when Pi shows me how to do animation on TikTok or something like that, it is very similar to me, but he thinks it's of different kind, not
different flavor. Not like a thing that I know that I just haven't learned, but like a fundamental misunderstanding.
Just what this is for. It's like, oh, I just simply cannot use the Twitch chat. It is not that I am using it incorrectly.
If I wanted to sit down for a weekend and like learn how to do animation in Procreate, like I feel like that would be pretty, but just like I still don't understand how Twitch.
Instead, we could use Twitch chat as we could take photos of us playing the game and post them with captions.
Post them there. I bet I could. I wonder. So I could show the. Oh, I bet I could do this. I could show the people want to see the Miro board that we're using. I can show the other screen. Can they see that? I don't know what
I see unlit stars.
I see your desktop.
That's my desktop. I don't want that.
This is just like every Zoom meeting. Just reshare it and go to.
We missed the part where my mic wasn't working.
Share screen.
Speaking of, I know Peter will know. Tom Cardy had a song out about using Zoom. Have you seen that one? I just saw that one today.
Apparently, I am 1 degree of separation from him.
Really?
From some Australians that were in my IO summer intensive.
Nice.
Yeah, he had a real short, like super short song I watched today. That was about like, God damn it, Brett! It's been a year and a half. You should know how to use Zoom.
Oh. See.
Oh, wait.
Are we seeing the?
I think
yes.
so.
All right.
No, I wonder about people like my sister. I don't think has to use Zoom very much, and was unemployed for part of the pandemic. And I was trying to. Yeah, I think I was trying to Zoom with her, and it was like, oh, you haven't been like.
I was shocked when I had a band meeting the other day via Zoom. And one of my band members was like, "Yeah, it'll take me a minute to set up because I don't have Zoom." I was like, "You've gone a year and a half and not had to use Zoom?"
You okay?
Enviable, but yeah.
I want your life.
Respect game, but
Yes.
Apparently for his job they use Microsoft Teams.
Oh yeah.
So that's the only one he'd used for his work.
That's fair. Let's see. There we go. Everyone can see the Miro board. Is that true?
Not anymore. I did a minute ago.
Not on Zoom, I can't.
No, not on Zoom.
Oh, not on Zoom.
Into it.
No. I'm not gonna give this.
Oh yeah. I thought you meant on Zoom. Yeah, no, I'm on the Miro board.
So I think I'm looking at the sort of walkthrough step by step, start to finish in the game. And number one is set up the play area, which we have done. Congratulations, us.
High five.
Boom. Decided to be the facilitator. I will take that role on.
No, fuck you.
We're
gonna fight for it. All four of us.
Everyone logs out.
That's you.
I think whoever knows
can totally do it.
Whoever knows the rules least should be the facilitator to make things spicy.
I don't want to do it.
It. I nominated Freya.
It's true.
Oh, Freya should do it. Welcome to our Twitch channel.
Cat facilitator.
Zoom.
Felicitator.
Catulator.
Felicitator.
I don't know.
Great. Let me read the welcome to the station.
Okay.
Let's get the book here.
We've got fun and games.
Yes, we've got everything you like. Welcome to the station. A beautiful mess. A neutral community on the brink. Imagine an all-consuming interstellar war spread across a vast galaxy and involving trillions of willing and conscripted participants. Then imagine a lone.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I lost you.
And
yeah,
oh no.
Yeah, there you go. Mark was okay. Good. It wasn't just me.
There we go.
No,
Yep,
it was me. I'm in the same house and I can't hear you.
Okay,
I hate the world we live in. Can't even hear
when I can't hear myself, I know.
House.
Oh, that's good. So at least you know.
Can you hear me now?
Pandemic. Yes, it's delayed.
Alrighty. Imagine a lone space station, ancient and strange, somehow set apart from this conflict.
Don't tell me what to do.
Significant and fortuitous circumstance, it has remained unaffiliated and relatively peaceful, providing a sanctuary for the lovers and thinkers refusing to side with the warring powers. But this hard-won neutrality is not even slightly secure. There's always someone offering vital resources for little influence, plotting to displace our leaders, or smuggling military equipment into the station's forgotten corners. Pulling back these myriad threats is an informal network of dependable sorts. labeled misfits, rebels, and troublemakers, each with a stake in the station's continuing vitality. These characters, politicos, artisans, brokers, and so on, aren't necessarily officially recognized leaders, but their influence is felt strongly across the community. They might not get along. They might even dislike each other, but they are united by their belief that the station is a cherished place that must be protected. The question is, when the pressure rises, can they put aside their differences and personal motivations for our community's greater good?
No, thank you. Good night.
That's it. That's it.
There's one thing we've learned from the world
so far in our games.
Nah.
The greater good has not been the first priority.
That should be in the manual. If your answer is no, close the book and proceed on with your life.
Burn the book. Oh, look, I read that part that is right there on the screen. Good me. Cool. I can't page to zoom over here for some reason. Buttons to zoom.
You can control scroll wheel to zoom.
Let's see, can I?
That's what I do, but
There we
what
go.
your setup is.
Life hack. Great.
Miracle.
So the first
Watch as 4 over 30 people learn to use Zoom and Twitch.
Technology.
Zoom, Twitch, and Miro. So we got
yeah.
like 3 technological worlds colliding.
The real game we're playing.
So the first thing we can do is make the station that we are in. There's
Okay.
6 sort of axioms at the station. The station is neutral, recognized as unaffiliated with either side of the war. The station is much older than our little community and much of it is unexplored. We have sufficient resources to ensure we meet all the residents' basic needs. We celebrate and value difference in many forms, both personal and cultural. We operate open borders, accepting new arrivals with compassion and providing for them as equal residents. And the world outside is hostile and treacherous, so we avoid leaving our station whenever possible. And it says to take turns reading aloud after I read all of that. So.
I feel like you
to-
just made up that rule so that you
Note to
wouldn't
the
have to read
future.
anymore.
It says in big blue letters at the bottom, take turns reading aloud.
Are we in the main book?
I'm at step 4. This is
On the Miro board.
On the Miro board.
Okay, you
Yeah.
can tell I haven't been reading along now. Now that I've been it's like
Yeah.
in class when they're like, all right, next reader
Is this-
Nicole, and you're like, I haven't been reading.
Is this a
along."
Mark Major game or a somebody else game?
No, this is somebody else's game. This
Oh,
is Orbital by Jack Harrison.
Okay, so we can't blame you for take turns reading aloud being after the text.
No, blame Jack.
There we
Damn
are.
you,
I found
Jack.
it.
I had to dig around to find the PDF version because I got the printed book of it, and it is very, very pretty. It's very,
Oh,
very well
so
done.
pretty.
Oh.
Cool. So there is a station sheet, and that is actually all. Oh, there's a lot of stuff down there. If you zoom out and then zoom back into the station down there, like below all of these little pages here on the mirror board is where our actual play area is going to be.
Holy moly.
Yeah. So first off, let's name the station.
Vertiform
I like
City.
it. It's like an improv group. It has to have a really
Vertiform
good
City.
name.
Well, station, Vertiform Station.
I mean, okay.
Station City.
I was joking, but it works, sure.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
An old Star Trek TNG reference there.
Literally
really?
doesn't matter.
Vertiform?
Is it?
Yeah,
Which
let's
one?
do it.
Yeah, it was some episode where like it was one of those, they're in a hollow something and the train was going to Vertiform City, and
The
It was the name of
holographic
my-
city.
the name of my first Animal Crossing island as well. Except
Oh.
there wasn't
Aw.
enough characters, so it was just called Vertifor.
Verta City.
Holographic city created by the computer. Huh.
Ah,
Oh.
cool. We did that. We
my
want to
screen.
pick some visuals that. Oh, hello. My camera keeps turning off and on its ring light. In the. Oh, okay. Get flashed every once in a while. Just to the upper right of the station sheet, there are those orange stickies.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Let's pick 2 to 3 things from that structural first list. Yes.
I'm kind of enjoying, both because of my background and because of the name, I'm enjoying the like 90s sci-fi feel.
Yeah.
I would like a swirling nebula, please.
Yeah, swirling nebula.
Yeah, I like the
done.
idea that it's not super, like not very corporeal, but is a little bit holographic.
Swirling nebula.
Yeah, also Nebula Pro that.
I'm a fan of swirling nebula.
So could we have artificial sky be part of the holographic feel of the place?
Yeah.
As like
Why not?
generally reflecting that.
Like Las Vegas.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
God. Party boat.
Party boat returns. Or like the little cloud sky at Caesar's Palace.
I'm gonna vote for white plasteel too.
What is plasteel?
Like
it's like very strong plastic.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's like the background I did have.
Oh, yeah,
Like
yeah.
that.
Oh yeah.
BB King's
I had
Super
one
Bar.
and I was like, this one's cleaner than everyone's. I think I'm out of character.
I would imagine, and this is based on absolutely nothing, so don't come at me, all you viewers. I would guess.
I'm gonna go back to the chat then.
I would guess stormtrooper armor might be plasteel, and I'm just that's
Maybe. I think it would just be like fiberglass.
well. I mean, are we talking? Are you talking real world or
It
fantasy
doesn't-
world?
It doesn't
Meant
seem
to
like it
be
is
plasteel.
really protective. Yeah. Isn't there plasteel in Rimworld?
Yeah,
I know I've heard of it somewhere before.
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
a common
plastic,
Yeah,
science
correct.
fiction trope.
Common
Very,
sci-fi.
very strong
Yeah.
plastic.
hard plastic.
Plasteel.
Or plasteel. What about things that we found?
Hey, where did that sticky go?
Got rid of it because we picked ours already.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
what? I didn't know we were gonna
Burned
lose
it.
it. We're gonna
Gone
go
forever.
slower.
We
I don't
might
wanna
need that
lose
again.
sticky. We might need that.
So the
Where's
station
Oh,
has,
oh, I want bioluminescence.
yeah. So the
Yeah.
station has been around for a long time, so there's like unexplored parts and
Oh,
ancient
yeah,
bits and
yeah.
pieces. Bioluminescent.
Oh, there's holograms right there on the list.
What the? What the?
Yeah, like
what?
that glowworm cave in New Zealand that I want to go to
Hmm.
one day whenever we're allowed back in that.
I would like to
country.
combine two to holographic warning message.
Yes.
Yeah. I wonder if sometimes you accidentally step through like an ad.
And they're not good for your health. They do some cell damage when you do that.
Oh, no.
Currently, some
I'm
legislation's
wondering
being
if it
debated.
was originally more of like a hotel
Yeah, like that.
or maybe more of a recreational area. I don't know.
Want to put in some touch screens or flooded pools or fun, glowing sigils.
I like this
Oh,
idea of having
these are all good.
vines.
Yeah, yeah.
I like
Yeah,
all
let's do
the
vines.
nature stuff.
Yeah,
Let's do
man, dig
vines.
it. Dig
Mine's
it.
is exciting, yeah.
Goes well with bioluminescence.
Yeah, like there's some
I-
levels that are just nature has come back.
I like the
They used to be
dichotomy
the
we're
farming.
setting up of this like plasteel clean holographic thing, and somewhere there's bioluminescent animals and grasping vines.
Yeah.
It's very expanse kind of.
Oh,
They got
yeah.
the like, space stations that are like run down and the plants have taken over this section and there's glowing alien shit over here.
There's- the lower
Um,
decks are wild.
Yeah. With the sound of vines.
Hmm.
And let's choose 2 to 3 marks that we have made upon it. Piles of trash.
Just trash everywhere.
I
Yeah.
like the idea of painted routes, like people have sort of made their own.
Oh
They
yeah.
desire
Like the-
paths through the place.
Yeah, like they haven't like the TNG touchscreen navigation doesn't work, so like people like paint colored
Nice.
lines on the floor.
I feel like community gardens are feeling like a thing that would be here.
I'm for that.
Yeah, I like the idea that they might be like the Guerrilla Gardens in New York that like took
Yeah.
over little park spaces.
Like, especially in the nicer part of the ship or the station, I feel like There are these perfect little spaces being used for food and stuff.
I feel
Yeah.
like that could be a
Yeah.
very dichotomous theme in that, like, there's the very nice, well-maintained gardens, but then there's
Mhm.
also the places that are kind of overgrown and mossy
They used
and
to be gardens, but now
graspy
are.
vines.
And now they are grasping vines
Yeah.
that take you
Yeah.
into the maw.
Kind of like
Yeah.
over the
Bioluminescent.
centuries, just kind of like flows, like parts get overgrown and then turned into gardens and then cleaned out, and then
the yin and the yang of plant life in space.
Do you want to pick one more? I feel good about that.
I'm just intrigued by soft fabrics, but I don't know.
I don't, yeah, like, are we just gonna have pillows everywhere? I don't know.
And duvets.
That does give a spin to the sort of white plasteel part of it. Sort of-
Some cozy.
Oh, then
parts.
like some of
Well,
it's like padded.
I
yeah, there's like padding.
I feel like maybe that's how some residents deal with the sterile plasteel, is like how people hang, nice fabrics or blankets on their walls when their walls are ugly and stuff.
Yeah. I don't know anyone who
Oh,
does
the old
that.
college dorm, like
Yeah.
alm tapestry.
Yeah, exactly. Or a nice like tie-dye shawl that's now a wall hanging.
Cool. And we need to choose 3 threats that will be addressed over the course of the game. And when the 3 threats are resolved, the game ends.
Okay, well, number 1 is Mr. T. It's not on the list, damn. I pity the fool.
Sign of a powerful. Oh, I
want an
wow.
artifact. A rare,
An
valuable
artifact?
artifact everybody wants.
I mean, cool.
I would. I'm gonna look over the rest, but the scion of a powerful aristocratic family was shot dead on our station, and no one knows
Oh.
why.
Ooh.
Oh, I would like to
Something I want
nominate.
in my life.
Murder mystery.
I personally would like to nominate something deep and ancient in the station stirs and things are getting weird.
Yeah, I'm willing to give up the artifact for that because I think that's
We
better.
can do both of those. Yeah.
I like the
Well, we
idea
need
of this
3,
like
right?
Lovecraftian horror. Or maybe we want something that's kind of different because we have a murder mystery. We've got like Lovecraftian horror.
Well, if we want to
Then
triple down
maybe
on
some rowdy
Lovecraftian horror.
soldiers. Just some rowdy soldiers from both sides taking shore leave simultaneously for a little comedy of errors. Maybe a little Romeo Juliet action.
Very Chekhovian too.
Oh, you get along.
Anyway, murder.
Do we want to swap out the artifact with the soldiers?
Cecilia, we don't care about the murder.
I would say that's Nicole's
These two need to
call.
get
I'm good with
along.
any of them, but
Yeah,
since
I'm
Nicole
feeling
picked
good.
artifact, I can say.
Yeah.
And since Nicole has put forth artifact and rowdy soldiers, I would say it's.
I don't want artifact anymore. I'll take rowdy soldiers.
Okay, rowdy
Rowdy
soldiers. It is.
soldiers, rowdy soldiers.
Yeah.
Rowdy soldiers.
I like the monster from the depths.
All right.
Just
Threats.
another day.
Chosen.
Da, da.
Ah, it feels so strange that it goes away.
Oh, is that your equivalent of flipping the table?
Yes.
Oh
It's a
no.
very,
Burning the mirror board.
very satisfying destruction of elements.
I have a lot of notifications.
Let's see. Beautiful
Do I have
map.
any notifications? I have no notifications.
Just trying to give me tutorials. I don't need it. I know how to use it, or I don't, and I'm still not going to ask for help.
There's still no dark mode on this. Boo.
Cool. So now we're going to choose aspects.
Yeah,
let's do
you
that
said
first.
Ass.
Aspects.
ass.
We're going to do great in this game.
So aspects are on the right side with the blue borders.
Yeah, I don't think I got that far in the manual, so
Nope.
I
Just,
got there and it was like,
take it at
nah,
your
we'll
word
learn this
for
more
it.
playing.
Yeah. All right.
So we
Duct tape works anywhere.
Oh, did someone turn the background of it gray, or is that just me?
I
You
did
want to
that.
highlight the
Sorry.
whole thing?
Okay.
No, I'm just turning the background dark if that's all right.
I like
Yeah,
it.
that's good. I
Yeah.
love
Ooh.
Welcome to
Ooh, that's
Miro
good.
After Dark.
Okay, I'm
Paint
gonna
it
lock
black.
that down so it's out of the way. Okay. And now
Cool.
Or we could change the color every 2 minutes.
That's true. There's nothing stopping anyone.
Nothing's stopping us.
Oh, where were the aspects? Sorry, I was distracted by drawing a big.
Can you see our little cursors over here to the
Oh
right?
yeah, I can follow where the
Yeah.
cursors are. Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, and now the screen isn't as bright.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. It's
That is
moody now.
nice.
It's ambient.
Poor vampire eyes.
Right.
No idea what I was doing. Okay.
Unuse it. How many aspects? Well, I'm explain aspects
Okay, so
to me. What are we doing here exactly?
from my understanding, so each one of us is going to pick one of these player boards over here on the left side or in the
Yeah.
middle there. I'll just take this one in the middle.
I took
press
purple.
Unlock.
Because I like purple.
Unlocked. Okay. Player name.
Wait, sorry, I zoned out. That's why I should not have the Twitch chat open. Are we taking colors?
Yeah. I'm taking
Purple's no longer
green.
available.
Yeah, I took it. I mean, for a
Sure.
price, it can be yours.
I'm not falling for that again.
I just grabbed red.
I want to grab orange.
The negotiations have already begun on the station.
If somebody wants red, I can give that.
No, I'll be blue. I don't want to buy your colors from you.
I'm just saying the
Every
price.
time, every goddamn time, it turns into I'll trade you this color for this. It's like I'm getting repaid for all those times I con my little sister with Lisa Frank stickers,
If
telling
you
her
bought
we would
it,
trade them, and she
it would
would buy
only
them.
go
for
up
me.
in value. You could flip this color for a tiny profit.
Yeah, we
just
never
a little
make it to
work.
the game.
Just a little bit of work. Purple could become chartreuse for you.
Oh no.
Not falling for these scams again.
Okay. Aspects. So each of us is going to pick an aspect of the station
Yes.
to play with to start off with. If we want to swap them out at some point, you can totally swap it out with one that is still out there.
For a
So
price.
aspects are going to stay for free or free.
Make it worth your while.
So basically, this is like instead of one GM controlling everything, we each kind of GM a part of the stuff. So there's one person to be in charge of the war, one person is in charge of the station,
Ooh, I want the
one
ties to
person
bind.
the markets, the scum and villainy, the unaffiliated, so like the regular people, and the lampant strand. I don't really know what that means.
That seems
It's
like
cool.
the
I like it.
biology. That one was really
It seems
cool.
super
It
cool for sure.
definitely seems applicable to us.
And where all the creepy like
Yeah.
and stuff
And so you
probably
said we
live.
each pick one of these?
Yeah, we each pick one to sort of be in charge of.
Okay.
And then if like something, so like if we don't, so if no one picks the Interstellar War, say,
Mhm.
Mhm.
when we do a scene with soldiers or stuff, someone should probably pick that up so they can play that. So it's like all of them say pick up when, you'll pick that up when the thing.
So Nicole, did you say, are you taking Lambent Strand?
Yeah, I'll take it unless someone has a strong feeling for it.
Yeah.
I'm happy to. I don't have to have it. I just
I'm happy with any of them. I just want to make sure
I think
I just want to make sure it's in here somewhere.
just make sure it's in here. Yeah, I'll
I'm
take
gonna
it.
say-
Yeah, I don't want war, but
Scum
I
and
don't have a
villainy.
strong hit other than that.
You
I'm grabbing
love
Scum and
war.
Villainy. Bam. Since we have soldiers, war will definitely come up. So
How
someone
do
will.
we grab things?
I just
You have
highlighted
to
the whole
click it?
thing. I just like dragged to highlight the whole thing, and then
Oh, maybe I
Probably.
have the wrong grabber. Oops.
Well,
Well,
grab
I'm
it.
I just
gonna.
took part of it.
Oh shit! I did too.
Yeah,
I'll
I
undo
would.
that.
I would
drag
try it.
to select the whole thing, and then just
Got you.
You could group it all together.
yeah.
I'll be the station itself.
Ooh,
Nice.
how meta.
Uh,
We can restore deleted objects. Haha, I can pin this back.
either normal people, war, or the markets.
And throughout the game, these will definitely switch around. So
Yeah.
But I need to really think very hard about this for a long time.
Should
Oh no!
Do I need to look at that little orange sticky that's under the yellow sticky?
let's see what it says.
I don't know how to, because there's a yellow sticky over it.
Thing is bad.
I guess.
Oh, I
I'll
can
grab
move it.
the-
Okay.
I guess
Oh, yeah,
I'll
so
grab the war.
So the orange ones are things that you will make up in the game. So like I've got scum and villainy. I'm going to be naming 2 major gangs and choosing their reputations. If you like choose the war, you're going to name the 2 sides, and so on.
Oh, that's a bonus. You can name them
Yeah.
I'm gonna move these off the card. Just
Poop
stick 'em
and
next to it.
pee.
Deal with it.
Deal with it. I am in charge of the war.
Poopy pee pee.
The poopy part, the pee pee part.
I think that sounds like a droid name, Poopy pee pee.
Poopy pee pee.
So did we do this stuff now?
Let's see. Let me see.
Why did my image get fuzzy?
There's a little sticky.
Maybe you need to shave.
Like
yeah.
the
So
Interstellar War image is fuzzy.
we should choose option for both creation prompts, which are. It says once you've used them, you should delete the notes. You won't need them again.
So name this assistant.
So we're supposed to move these stickies.
When you're done with them, yeah.
Is the list what we pick from, or is that just like suggestions to give us ideas?
I think they're they are suggestions. Like no one's gonna be a cop and tell you not to do it, but there's a bunch of cool stuff on them, so I'm gonna grab. I'm just picking stuff off the list.
Cool. I'm reading the list now. Let's see.
Oh, there's stuff underneath all this. More stuff to read.
Ooh, I'm taking the Ebon Wing for one of the gangs.
Okay, I think the station assistant's name is Sunny, and it was programmed to be very overly cheerful.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be so annoying.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I'm in charge of like the force. I see.
Oh, I'm sorry. I completely ignored the suggestions for the 2 sides and just freestyled.
I was a biologist.
They are suggestions.
Well, I feel like this has to be one just because of what we already picked. Maybe I'm being too in the box, but
a lambent strand.
Within
okay. I'm naming our religion.
2 directives.
Vegas boys.
Life wind.
Oh man, it's a tough one. It's a good one. Okay, I'm gonna go the other way with this one instead of picking 2 big, giant, serious ones. Yeah, that could be fun. Okay, Sunny's 2 directives are to protect that which grows within, and also to maintain impeccable records.
Nice.
That makes so much sense. My child, and also these files.
I have the gangs are the Ebon Wing, who are principled, and Vega's boys, who are vicious. And then, the yellow sticky is the introduction. So for the scum and villainy, this is pretty much the only populated place in the galaxy that's not an active war zone, a nightmarish police state, or destitute backwater. The problem is this unique situation makes us a haven for unsavory characters, the sort found in every shady port, seedy bar, and dingy alley in the galaxy. There's an implicit agreement written in sly nods and stolen glances that they live with us as equals. Let's just hope they don't decide to change the terms.
Bum, bum, bum.
And that is the Ebon Wing and Vega's boys.
Cool.
What do y'all got?
I've got the Interstellar War. I'll read the intro. Is a conflict without end. The 2 powers have been at war longer than most can remember. It began with ideological differences and border disputes, but quickly escalated to a galaxy-wide schism. Now we live amid open, near inescapable galactic warfare. You can just imagine all this text like going on a Star Wars style troll.
Right.
Almost every planet, asteroid, and construct in the galaxy has allied willingly or otherwise with one of the sides. The fact that our station has remained neutral is a miracle, one that requires constant vigilance and sometimes desperate action. And now the crawl goes away and we pan across the star field to
murder.
To the station. The 2 sides are called the Great Shining Light and the Eternal Collective. Their differences are their vision of the future and their colonial excuses.
Ooh, nice. And you can delete those stickies when you're
Yeah.
done.
Don't give me your colonial excuses.
I don't want to delete my stickies. I like them.
Who wants to go next?
How
I
do,
think
how do you delete it? Just highlight it and delete it?
Yeah.
I just right click and delete it. But it's
There you go.
oh,
Later,
I'm in the
sticky.
wrong cursor again.
All right, I'll go. Station itself. I already told you most of it, but I'll give you the introduction, which is duct tape works anywhere. We did not build this station, we found it. As such, the life support systems are a capricious jumble of found, built, stolen, and traded machines. Often we feel more like marriage counselors than engineers, dousing little fires, teasing apart knotted cables, and arguing with our sometimes willful assistant. We keep things running, but so much of the station remains enigmatic and strange. Whenever we search for answers, we're left with more questions.
Nice. That's Sunny.
Yep, Sunny.
Cool.
And the two
Sunny.
directives were again to protect that which grows within and to maintain impeccable records.
Nice. And I thought I was picking up biology, but I didn't read it very carefully, and I actually picked up the religion.
Oh,
So it's kind of like the force.
but it still sounded cool. Layman Strand
It's
sounded
still
awesome.
very cool. I'm really into it. So this is the cosmic energy, or when someone asks for answers from stars. The two names that we call this are the life wind or the weave. And we think of it, most people don't really, aren't like super zealots, but it's either very a source of bad dreams or is an inscrutable oracle. So it could be useful, but like most of the time it's just real scary.
Nice.
And so that's our religion.
I like
Did you have
inscrutable
a
oracle.
Yellow
Rolls off the
sticky
tongue.
for the intro.
Oh, I deleted it.
You
I
sticky
thought we were
deleter.
getting rid of everything we wanted. You didn't want
I also have a copy of the rule book here.
I could probably find it.
we,
Undo until it pops up again.
Yeah.
we consider our
Okay.
lives ruled by the complex but comprehensible
Got it
processes.
back. The ties that bind. I know how to undelete things. We consider our lives ruled by the complex but comprehensible processes. Our tangled biologies have, for the most part, been reduced to a large web of chemical equations. Our machines perform tasks so well that we consider them unremarkable. Our societies can be classified, segmented, made predictable. But in this world, there are still phenomena beyond explanation, miracles even. Some people believe it's possible to weave these threads for your own ends.
Ooh, yeah.
I'll try not to delete that one anymore.
Well, now you can delete it.
No, I can delete it now that I read
Yeah,
it.
we
Yeah.
don't need it anymore.
Oh, okay. I'll just delete everything then.
It was just for the, yeah. Once you read it, it's useless to us. It's dead to us.
Useless.
Locked in
Uh,
this steel trap.
Delete
So the
everything.
two aspects we haven't touched with are the unaffiliated, who are the families,
Regular
workers, and
folks.
refugees. And someone will pick that up when someone is dealing with their friends or neighbors, or when new people arrive on the station. And then the markets, and when someone picks that up when someone seeks a buyer, shops for something uncommon, or needs a job done. Cool. And if you find yourself in a scene in which the aspect that you are controlling needs to come up, you can trade with someone else so they can play that as well. Speaking of characters, it's time to pick characters.
Oh my goodness gracious me.
So over on the left side are the characters. We will similarly pick one of these, and we don't need the other two. So there's the source, who's a fixer connection guy. The heart, who is a hospitable individual with their own venue. The wrench, pragmatic individual. The shadow, a concealed individual working towards a secret mission. The monitor, prudent individual quietly observing. And the signal, a compelling individual looking to create political change.
They're all cool.
Oh, if anybody has any choices, take them all. Happily randomly roll from what's left.
I have a bit of a hit for the heart, or I'm
Yeah.
intrigued by that.
Grab it.
Not like that.
No.
That's having
Grab it
near
all.
a heart.
Yoink.
I kind of like the wrench. Then I might take the wrench. That's cool.
Go for it.
Oh, I got a lot of things I need to pick.
And group. There we go.
An old what? Oh, okay, a service nickname.
Sorry, I'm reading them.
How dare you?
Which one will be the best?
Min-max, min-max.
Which one will let me win?
How can I win?
Who's the best chance of winning? Which one's got the best stats? Where are the stats at?
The monitor does seem cool. Let's see.
Are you a lizard?
Or the signal. The monitor. There's also, what is this? The source. I'll be the signal.
Okay, then let's see
So I'm
who
like
I'll
a
be.
Gaius Balthar, I think.
That means
Trying
that,
to-
according to this die roll, I will be the source.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're the source.
You're the source.
So my
Pure
character
source
thinks they're the
energy.
source.
So you go to signal.
I'm the signal. I think I'm the big deal.
There we go.
Where's my stuff? Oh.
Hey. Oh, goddamn.
So many
back on that card.
stickies.
I know. So many stickies. Okay. So now we have lots of choices to make.
Yeah. So yeah, fill out your profile. Looks like there's a Mad Libs
Yeah.
to fill that
It's
out.
very handy.
I'm having trouble getting my
Um,
stickies
How
on.
do you mean? What are you doing?
So the
Mad Lib.
upper left one is your if you move your orange sticky out of the way,
Oh, okay.
that's your character sheet there.
Oh,
your
there
Mad
they
Lib.
are.
Oh, look at that.
Okay.
Oh, there's stickies.
So before choosing moves, let me just talk briefly about how the game works mechanically. So there's no dice or anything. Everything works on tokens, and everyone has a set of basic moves they can do for free. Basically, just like these are things you do in a scene. There are strong moves that let you do good things based on who your character is. And to do one of those strong moves, you need to spend a token. There's a pile of tokens here somewhere. And but you start with 0 tokens. So the way you get tokens is by doing weak moves, and you gain a token when you get a weak move. So for me, I get a token if I admit I have no idea how something works. If I repair something and try to make it worse instead, try to tell the truth at the worst possible moment, or let my curiosity get the better of me and pay a severe price. Those get me tokens.
Cool. I'm still designing my
I'm still trying to pick a
place
name.
and stuff.
And there are things called lures also on your sheet there. Basically, you can ask another player a question, and if they answer it, then they get a token. So I can ask someone, what's a little broken about your character? And if they share a vulnerability, they get a token.
See, and these are suggestions, right? I can go off menu if I want.
For the Mad Libs, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a random songbird name. Do it the Heath way. Random bird generator. Here we are. Jackdaw. Got it.
What is what is a saurian alien exactly?
Lizard.
Lizard?
Okay, that's what I
dinosaur.
thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I want to make sure I
Ah.
understood that.
Dinosaurian.
Amateur theater is an option, so I'm going to take that. There's an improv theater on the station.
Always. Always build an improv theater on your space station.
Oh man.
Ooh, I'm a Charon. I'm a bear.
Aw.
Yeah, that should be craft beverages.
These are great pick lists. I love this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've picked some and went off menu for some, but they're still
Yeah.
great for inspiration.
Mine has both unceasing profanities and impeccable elocution. A bear.
Okay. Bonds and residence?
Yeah, we'll get to that after the.
Okay, okay.
That website.
Basic moves, weak moves. Sell out one. Oh, wow. The weak moves are delightful.
Yeah.
So I gain tokens for exactly what I would want to do with this character. Sweet. I'm guessing insights comes up later too.
Yeah.
I always carry signed portraits of myself. And just Gilroy Lockhart.
Okay.
Right. Insights.
Well, so what are we doing? Just a profile? Or are we doing more than
Just a
that?
profile. Let me take a look
Okay.
at what the other ones are.
Fun. So many juicy choices.
Cool. So we'll do a round of introductions after everyone's done with their Mad Libs, and then we will do the bonds and address and stuff.
Oh. And then we figure out which character wins.
Which is the murderer.
Then we all enter the arena and fight.
How are folks doing on their Mad Libs?
I am complete.
Almost halfway through. We're getting there. Once I got a name, things went smoother.
Oh, cool.
Just advantages. Yeah, I'm on advantages right now.
Mhm.
My brain is failing me right now. Animals that have cloacas.
Birds?
Are they asexual? Like, or do they also sometimes have sex
They have
organs?
sex.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they definitely have sex.
They hide their penises in there.
Okay, so they're not like they still are. They're gendered still, or still
Yeah.
have specific sexes.
Yeah. Either birds will actually have sex, they have cloacas, or like something like a salamander. The dude will just leave a little spermatophore packet, and then the lady will come over and.
But
spit
are
on
there
the little
also
one, take it with her?
are there any genderless that have like? It doesn't matter. This is a fantasy. It can be whatever I want. I don't know why.
Yeah, yeah, both. Yeah. A cloaca. I guess we usually think of it in terms of
I know it's the all-purpose, waste /
land
sex hole.
animals.
Yeah,
It's the everything hole.
yeah, the everything hole.
Usually think of it in sexual animals, but there's no reason why it couldn't just be the butthole. We usually just think of it as anus if it's not being used for other stuff.
The amazing
Anyway.
cloaca.
Thanks for the tiny TED talk about buttholes. 。 . 。 . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . .
Please text bird to unsubscribe from Cloaca Talk. Cloaca
Bird, bird, bird.
You have subscribed for 5 more Cloaca.
I think I hang out in the improv theater. An open mic night.
Woo!
Okay, I finished my Mad Lib.
I always loved Mad Libs.
Righty. I'll go first for the introduction. Yes. Who is the wrench? On the station, everything from the air you breathe to the food you eat needs cold, hard technology to operate. If these systems malfunction, things can break bad pretty quickly. Fortunately for us, you're here. Fortunately for you, I'm here. Fixing, servicing, and improvising. I keep the crucial life support systems operating almost entirely on my own. One day I won't be here anymore, so I'm making a plan. I've taken on an apprentice, someone new to shoulder my burden. Training them will be your final and most challenging task. My name is Micah Rye, they, them. I'm a Charon, who's a bear alien, Ursine. When you first see me, you'll probably notice my matted fur, short stature, and unceasing profanities. I wear defaced fatigues, an optical HUD, and always carry a pack of smokes. I'd happily work on fixing up hydroponics or broken hearts. Gravity, though, it would stay broken forever if I had a choice. I'm getting worn down by this job, so I'm training a gifted little vent rat to take over from me. If you've got a problem, you usually find me doing rounds on the service decks. I consider myself patient and dependable, and when I retire, I hope to be invisible. When can I set my tools down for the last time?
Oh,
That's my little bear.
Micah.
Little bear with companion rat.
Got the fucking right. Who's next?
I'll go next. I'm the source. Who is the source? On a typical 24-hour cycle, spacers can expect to be reliably provided with breathable air, tolerable temperatures, potable water, and some kind of dull grayish sustenance marked as food. Anything else? They'll have to figure out themselves. You have built out a wide network of suppliers both on and off the station, whether operating out of a relatively legitimate shopfront or whispered deals in back alleys and bustling bars. You can almost certainly get what they need. That is, so long as they can afford your prices.
Rob Rice.
My name is Wib, which rumor has it is a nickname spawned by the phrase "watch your back." And my pronouns are it, and I always refer to myself in third person. It does this. I'm Talic, which is like a reptilian dinosaurish species. When you first see me, you'll probably notice my razor maw and my diamond pupils and my vestigial wings. I wear, creepily enough, I wear a Taluk hide jacket. So it's a jacket made from the hide of my own species.
This was my mother.
Human leather.
Some like magnifying eyeglasses, which make my eyes that much creepier and more disconcerting. With my diamond pupils, and I
was trying to figure out if that's like diamond shining pupils or
diamond shaped.
No, diamond shaped. Yeah, diamond shaped.
Oh, I read it as shining.
No, they're shaped like diamonds. Yeah. And I always carry stacks of unwritten contracts. I mainly deal in unmarked weapons, exotic plants, and live animals. And I accept payment in galactic credits, or preferably whispered truths. If you need something, you'll usually find me reclining in my private booth. I consider myself self-assured, secretive, though some people think I'm ambitious. Actually, I should probably put ambitious first, and though some people think I'm secretive. That is actually the order that should go in. We'll see if they're right. And then,
Oh, and as you you have your hangout place, you can use a sticky to put that on the station map.
oh, is that right?
I have just put the service decks for mine.
Oh, and so you just like make a sticky for your place?
Just grab one, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
They're free. Grab all of them. Sell them at a considerable profit.
Peter's made a mini mall.
Who is next?
I can go next. I will be playing the Heart, a hospital individual with their own venue serving the community. Who is the Heart? We spend every day on an artificial construct far from sunshine's warmth or the chorus of birdsong. For all the freedom our efforts have earned, it's easy to feel caged, isolated, or even trapped. You work hard to make station life more tolerable, even enjoyable, using your space to provide the community with valuable services and hospitality. But you also struggle with a troubled history forever haunting your thoughts and sometimes causing real issues when the past refuses to stay buried. I should put my name in the name slot as well. My name is Corporal Dash, he, they. I'm Hadma, which is a kind of gelatinous creature. And when you first see me, you'll probably notice my tired eyes, military markings, and genuine warmth. I wear a defaced uniform, flat cap, and always carry a lighter with an engraving of an X-22 Star Sniper. You'll usually find me at my place providing craft beverages, amateur theater, and a sense of belonging in service of my community. My place has luminous moss and dark corners. I run it as a kind of penitence for my troubled past. To this day, I am haunted by the trigger I pulled. I consider myself relaxed and beloved, though I'm no longer faithful. I wonder if I ever will be again.
Ooh.
Ooh. These characters are juicy.
Yeah. Let's put your place on the map as well.
I'm willing to consolidate the place that Corvus, that my character hangs out with, that improv theater, because I think they might be the same.
Okay, I'll put
You can delete mine. The speaker's corner was the one. Dash's Funky Club. The Lido deck.
Amateur Theater Emporium.
I'm trying to figure out a better name.
No, that's great because then people can have a date night. Because
God.
Gas and laughs. Gas it up. Gas. Anyway, I'll introduce my character. Who is the Signal? Most folks are content with honest work, good company, and simple pleasures. Most folks don't know they're born. I'm different, I'm driven, ever driven, moving forward. I have something big I want to make happen. I might be carousing over neon lit drinks, making an impassioned speech to a station official, or protesting against injustice in the station hallways. The path ahead might be bumpy, but through my politics, art, and activism, I'll tell my story and perhaps make a little dent in the universe. And so I decided to take this kind of in a pretty boy direction. My name is Corvus Greeley, they, them. I am Camborn, which means I can shapeshift. And when you see me, you'll notice my designer hair, pheromone cloud, and sculpted face. I wear a vintage coat and lots of feathers, very flamboyant, and I always carry around signed portraits of myself.
Was that one of the Mad Libs or was that off menu?
Yes! These were in the Mad Libs.
Oh my God.
They're great.
So I think, this character, it seemed, could be like a Gandhi or something, but I chose the ones that were this. I strongly believe we must trek to the station core. I think there's something there that will revolutionize us. The tourists love me. They support me. Unlike the administrators and the financier, I'll need to use my stunning beauty and enchanting voice to win them all over. I'm always happy to talk. You usually find me debating on the speaker's corner, aka the improv stage.
We have a debate night there.
Yeah, open mic night. I always try to get there early so I can get a spot. I consider myself charming and confident, and I think I'll be a visionary leader. What compromises will I accept to reach my goal?
None.
Cool. And we can ask questions about each other's characters at will. Once we've all been introduced, let's make some connections. So everyone has bonds on their little sheet there.
Oh, yeah.
So it says to the left. I think we just pick since there's no left. Let's start with Nicole since you went last. Pick someone and ask one bond question of them. We'll go around until the last person asks one of you.
Oh. I was gonna ask where it was, but I found your little cursor. Okay. Mark.
That's me.
What's your character? Marcus. Sorry. Your character's name Micah Rye?
Yeah.
Micah. What did I do? How did I capture your attention yesterday?
I think I had to come repair the food dispenser in your section, your block or whatever. And it was pretty clear that someone had jammed something in there on purpose to get me to come over there. And it just so happened that when I came out to repair that, you were right there, just like chatting to me about putting together a group to go to the core.
Fancy, I find you here. I heard you've been training rats.
Make yourself useful and hold this for me.
We could use someone like you.
Why are there feathers in the food dispenser?
I was wondering where those got to.
I like the rat being receptive to this. Corvus has some good ideas here. Why you?
Let's see.
So Micah doesn't take Corvus very seriously. Is what I'm hearing.
Challenge accepted.
You will be my greatest convert.
I think I'm
to the core.
To the core. I think I'm gonna go to WIB.
Catch Wib.
There's some holes in this house.
Wib.
Oh,
how did we end up eating our lunches together?
Lunches.
Because let's see. Oh, hold on. Let me see. What's your species
I'm the wrench.
again?
I'm a bear. A little bear.
Okay, that makes sense then. Because part of my trade with live animals is I got a very rare space slug in, which are actually, I think, very tasty. And naturally, most people disagree with me and find it quite disgusting. But you heard a space slug had come in too, and were like, "What, you got a space slug? I hear those are really tasty." And I was like, well, perhaps for a whispered truth, I might share a space slug with you. And I think you gave me some juicy information, and we shared a space slug.
Nice.
Apparently, Wib has become strong bad.
I have no objection.
And then it was the Lady and the Tramp.
Right, I did think, right, sucking at each end of the space slug. Okay.
Well, that was romantic.
I will go to. I'm trying to remember everybody's names.
Have to go to Peter.
Corporal Dash.
Woohoo! That's me.
What did you request that I am struggling to find?
Oh, what did I request that you're struggling to find? Okay. should just say something, but I'm not.
Apparently,
You
you
have
are
to say the
struggling to
right-
find
the
it as well.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
correct thing
yeah, exactly. I need to min max this. So
has to be exactly right.
This could dictate whether you win
Oh.
or lose.
I got it. There is a safety filter on the brewing equipment that is mostly working fine and nobody's gotten sick, but it's like 3 years past expiry. And it's just been weirdly hard to find the replacement for it. Everyone's probably gonna be fine for now, probably, but I would really like to find a new filter for making sure the beers don't poison anyone.
Man, I got feelers out everywhere, bud, but no dice yet.
Okay, well, just between you and me, if anything smells like pistachio coming off of your beers here, I mean, you can do it, you can drink it. You'll either have a really bad time or you'll have a really good time or a really good time followed by being super sick for a while.
Last one I had really burned coming out the cloaca.
Oh dear. Yeah, it'll do that. It's spicy. It's part of the experience. Okay, and then I am going to complete the circle and ask. Yeah, I've got to ask Corvus, why have you come to me in tears right now?
This particular night,
At Space Theater Space.
at Space Theater Space, the open mic, the booked up before I got here. I got here late that one night. And this was the night that I was hoping that an influential, I usually do really well only with the tourists, but there was an influential empress in town, and I was really hoping to get my message out so that she could spread it to her sector. And
Booked solid. I can't bump people.
this is gonna be my Corporal Dash. Are you wanting to be in the way of somebody's big break?
I mean, I don't make the rules. He does make the rules.
Literally makes the rules.
This is just how it is. I mean, next time, come in early to get to the sign-up sheet.
I got distracted.
Constantly on the edge.
I wasn't sure what coat to wear, and I wanted tonight to be special.
Here, have a complimentary beer.
Pistachio.
Hold on.
And then the last thing we're going to do is under the bonds there is a list of residents. We're each going to pick 2 residents.
Oh, wait, we don't have to ask all our questions? We just ask one?
Nope, we just asked one.
Oh, okay, cool.
I only have
Yeah.
one.
Oh,
Is there anywhere to write these details down that we got from the? Oh no.
Have to memorize.
There's notes on the right side on the
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I'll start editing that.
Oh, that is very helpful.
So pick 2 of your residents. Those are just minor characters that are on the station, and you can put them on one of the purple stickies on the station sheet, and just say who they are and like brief description, and just announce them as you come up with them, I guess. And we'll do that way.
well, I definitely just feel like the setting we have set just begs for the tranquil hippie who grows fresh vegetables.
Nice. I guess we should probably give them names too. Or
Sorry, we're grabbing.
we're taking 2 residents and making
Residents.
minor characters out of them.
And where can those be found? Oh, on my
so,
little sticky.
Yeah, on your orange sticky under buttons.
Oh, my rival and one-time lover.
Oh, and the rules say that we can combine them. So if they are So if two of these people seem like they're the same person,
Oh yeah, yeah.
that's always fun.
Oh man.
Oh, I think my dad might also be the leader that I blame for everything. Daddy issues. And where are you wanting us to put these?
Purple stickies on the station sheet.
Ah, okay. Thank you.
One of mine is Pinnacle, the brilliant pilot I build custom racers for.
We'll also have Gil, the vent rat, who can get in anywhere.
Oh yes.
Oh, that might be my my protege.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Drake Greeley is my dad. Just oh, this is dad. Doesn't get him.
Okay, I have added Le Wolf, the hopeless drunk that Dash owes his life to, and Cleves St. Winton, the perfect employee at STS that Dash just can't stand.
The wolf. Oh, the wolf.
Is that French for the wolf?
I know, it's like, oh man.
Indeed. And Dada.
Just
my
reminded me of it.
ex-lover. No, go ahead.
No, it's
I'm
just reminded
just
me.
thinking out loud.
Tangent, nothing to do with the game. I was watching this series about Disney attractions, behind the scenes about Disney attractions, and they had this French girl singing "It's a Small World" in French, but the French version of "It's a Small World" just translates as "the world is small," and I was like, somehow that's less charming and much more nihilistic. I just visualize like a French person in a beret with a cigarette and ennui going, "Le monde est petit."
My other minor character is a mural. It's called the Verdigris Pillars. It's an ancient mural that whispers to me.
Oh no.
Oh man, I
Cool.
kind of want to combine Le Wolf and Pinnacle, but I'm not 100% on that.
Pinnacle the Wolf.
That he is there, that they are a brilliant pilot who's also the hopeless drunk that has some war history.
Maybe they're the same person, but you don't know it.
Oh yeah. Let that float for now.
Oh, I like that as the same people too. Cleave St. Winston.
Like I could have done the guy who wants to buy out the STS, but this just seems so like small and lived in.
What is STS again?
Space Theater Space.
Oh,
Which I have now renamed.
Oh, I
Date
see.
to.
So it's no longer date night.
And so the very last thing is have a look through your list of insights. You'll use one of these to connect your character to one of the threats facing the station. Consider which one looks most interesting, but don't choose yet. It'll come up while you're making your opening scenes in the first round of play. And this seems like a good place to take a small break before we actually jump into it.
Snack time.
I'll
Sure.
grab some more
Cheers.
beverage.
Let's do
Pizza.
5, 10, 8. Let's do 8.
9:30.
5, 10.
8 and 27
30,
seconds.
35, 40.
Oh.
45.
On it.
All righty. See y'all soon.
Boo.
Should probably change my name too. What is my name?
Damn right, buddy.
Like a she, them actually.
Whoa, people. For some reason, people came back in a different order on my
What?
screen. Peter's up and where you are now, and you're down where Peter was.
Madness.
I know, it's crazy. Craziness.
I'm trying out hiding self-view,
Ah.
which feels weird. I can't constantly monitor what I look like on the stream. No! There's one scene from, I think, Star Trek First Contact that I've always wanted to have a GIF of, where it's Captain Picard on like magnet boots on the outside of the Enterprise, then jumping from one location across into space to another location on the outside of the ship. And it's just this like, oh God, if he fucks anything up in this 10-second period, everything is doomed. And that always feels relevant to things like, okay, I've turned off my video of myself. Hopefully this goes okay.
And you won't see when you have boogers all over your face. Everyone else will.
That's my secret. I always have boogers.
I like the setup with the rules up top and the table down below. That is fun. The rule book is a little bit here and there, but the mirror board is well put together. They're both put together by the same person, so interesting. Wait and listen. So let me go over the move thing one more time. So basically we're going to be doing scenes. There's basically we're going to go around. Each person's going to set up a scene. We don't have to go in a particular order, but you should not go again unless everyone has already gone. You can do a minor scene, which is just like a everyday what your character does, where they're at. It says usually it's the third person as you're kind of like following them along. You can use moves as usual, but the big ones are probably more suited to the more dramatic scenes. Yeah, cool. And they're usually kind of by yourself. There are major scenes, which are what we think of as normal scenes. Pretty much major scenes should tightly focus around a story question. So can we fight our way to the bridge? Can we convince these people to back down? What is lurking in the shadows here? And then you choose 2 or more characters to be present. It could be yours or not. People will play aspects as needed, and basically you'll do the scene until the question is answered. Yeah. And the last one is called Read the Station. And that's when you sort of step out of your character's role and everyone goes around. So you decide on a topic. So should we accept deserters as refugees? And so on. And then everyone goes around and speaks as a class of residents, like this gang or the merchants or whatever. And then say how that group feels about that issue. And that's it. There's no resolution or anything. It's just sort of like setting tone in the station. Yeah, there's that. And then the moves are on your sheet there. The basic moves are moves that you can do anytime. It's just part of what you do. Doesn't cost anything. Strong moves you need to spend a token to do. And vice versa, like if you're I am improvise a fix for something critical just in time. If I narrate myself doing that, either I or someone should be like, hey, you need to spend a token for that, or else you don't actually do it. And the way you get tokens is by doing your weak moves, which are showing vulnerability or having trouble put on you.
Weak.
Weak, exactly. And there's also the lures. So you can ask your lure of a player at any time. And if they answer in the way specified, then they get a token. So if someone is low on tokens, you want to help them out and dig into their character a little bit, throw a lure at them. And if you can't think of scenes to set up, there are scene prompts below your profile there.
Oh, sorry.
Ah!
Sorry,
My
Mark.
wrench!
Bye.
And yeah, these aspects are the aspects are somehow that you're connected to one of the threats. You can pick one of those during play. So it says we will always start off with a round of minor scenes. So you'll set up a minor scene. Are the scene ideas? Yeah, so the scene ideas in the book are normal life, what's your typical routine, making preparations, how are you getting ready for something, visiting a contact, what do you need, talking with a friend, what will you share, or a moment of rest, how do you wind down. So they're just like little vignettes of those. 1, 2, 3, that's that. Yeah, so this is the first round of scenes. Everyone will narrate a minor scene, and then we will jump into full play there. I think this is all detailed as well in the rules above.
So many rules.
Yeah.
Where's the list of minor scenes from?
Yeah, I've not seen those.
Those are in the book. I'll copy paste them here.
Into Twitch chat.
Let's see if this works. Can I do a sticky note? Can I add a thing? Yeah. Yes.
Way to go. What did you do?
I did it. Yeah. Sticky notes.
It.
Where did you? Oh, look at that. Stick it on. It's transparent.
No.
Now I can see it. Oh.
And those 8s should be bullets.
Oh, I see. I guess if you got it highlighted, it looks transparent.
Okay, so.
And if anyone wants to
Mood.
start,
We have a mood board.
yeah, we have a mood
We've
board.
had a mood board.
What? Where? Where's this at?
Ah,
It's the big
Pinterest links.
improv,
Oh, look at that.
interest.
Wait. Oh, okay. Cool, man. What do we do? Drag images on there and stuff?
Yeah. Mood.
Yeah, cool. I've got a mood for you. It has to do with my opening scene too.
My cloaca. Opening.
Cloacas, that's always fun.
Whoever keeps posting pictures of cloacas on the bulletin board.
Can we just drag let's find out. Can I just drag this on here? Yeah. Sweet.
Nice.
Well, I guess I'll go because that has to do with my opening scene.
Yeah, go for it.
So Webb has arrived at his little booth, and he's looking around, taking stock of his inventory of plants and live animals he's currently got for people and for sale. And he's like, well, I don't think I'll miss one of those, and I haven't had breakfast yet. One of these smaller animals needs protein. And that's when what's his face? Who did I say? Gil the Vent Rat? Where's our
Yeah.
Gil, the
There,
vent
hold
rat
on.
who can get anywhere.
Yes, Gil the Vent Rat checks in for his morning. It's like, ah, Gil, what you got for me today? And Gil was like, well, I was down seeing what I could find in like the depths of the ship, and so I did. I got you 9 station rats, just typical little station rats. And you're like, no, no, Gil. What have we talked about this? Don't you ever call them typical station rats. These not what these are. And he puts them up on the counter, and then it gets a sign which he puts in front of the cage that says exotic nebula rats.
Ah,
Remember, Gil, they're exotic nebula rats. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that, Wib. Yeah, I got you some more exotic nebula rats. And with that, he opens his shop for the day. Hey, fresh exotic nebula rats.
oh golly,
Nice.
By 20.
that's just the thing for my daughter. She's been looking for something out of this world. No, she's tired of all the station rats.
Yeah, you gotta watch out. Those station rats, they're disease carriers and
Carry
will bite
disease,
you.
yeah.
Nebula rats, though, they're sterile because of their nebula radiation. So they're like nice and clean and don't have germs and things.
I think I'll do one unless someone else has a thing. I'm gonna do the wind down one, and this is this is just Micah sort of coming back to their I don't know if we have quarters or just like places we've carved out of the station. Yeah, just kind of like trudging in, shutting the door, taking off the overalls, lighting up a cigarette, and sort of like puttering around, getting ready to sort of like, I think Micah has like built kind of like a, not a nest, a den, I guess, like just like piles of stuff that kind of like hunker down in to rest and kind of like start dozing off a little bit. And their communicator starts beep, 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 beep. And someone's got some like clogged vent shaft or something they need fixing. So she finishes off her smoke and puts her overalls back on and hits the door, walks out, door closes. Lots of swearing.
Poor Micah.
I had a thought for a minor scene for Dash, that we are at Space Theater Space, and very pretentious performance art is winding down. Like it is a like poem delivered with Shatner-esque like emphasis and delivery, and several instrumentalists kind of playing at cross purposes alongside it. And then it finishes off. There's a smattering of polite applause. And yeah, I think Pinnacle is very drunk at the bar tonight. I'm intrigued by Pinnacle and the Wolf being different, actually, but we'll see.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or
But
maybe
yeah.
they're part of maybe they're the racing team, like Pinnacle's the pilot and
Yeah,
Wolf is the mechanic.
So Pinnacle is really, really drunk, and Cleves St. Winton is with exquisite politeness telling Pinnacle that he's cut off for the night. It's like, excuse, sir, I'm very sorry. We can't offer you any more beverages tonight. But here's a coupon. Come back tomorrow. You'll get a free drink on the house, courtesy of Space Theater Space. Isn't that good? And Pinnacle is just kind of staring dimly back at Cleves the entire time. Let's see. Dash is behind the bar and sees this and kind of steps out and kind of gently waves Cleves away and oozes into the seat opposite Pinnacle. Takes out his lighter and just kind of worries it. Doesn't really light anything. Oh, I am told to take my volume down. And asks Pinnacle what's going on. And I'm want to say Pinnacle. Yeah, Pinnacle has a big contest coming up this time, and I think Dash kind of nods sagely, like this isn't the first time this has come up with Pinnacle, and it seems to be getting worse over time. He kind of quietly puts a sandwich in front of Pinnacle, and says that they've had that conversation a few times, and asks Pinnacle if he's ready to talk about what this is really about.
Oh.
And I don't know. I'm kind of happy leaving that in the air.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Like this tells us what we need to know about Dash.
Yeah, the minor scenes don't really need to resolve anything. It's just
Cool.
yeah.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I have a minor scene as well. Corvus has a diehard fan and a young journalist named Stengel. And so Corvus is visiting the newsroom to discuss plans with Stengel. And Corvus is always like a little bit too ready to go to the core. But Stengel has, Corvus is sitting in Stengel's tiny office with all the feathers everywhere. And Stengel is actually talking, Stengel is actually talking Corvus through like a strategy. And like, so you see, you actually like want to build up a collective of people, because if you charge the core and it's something very dangerous and it's just you and I, it's gonna. And so Corvus is like just visiting one of the few people that believes in them other than the tourists that pass on, and is learning how to build movements from a young. And Stengel's like a really optimistic journalist, just out of school, just got assigned to the station, and is really excited to like make a difference, and happened upon one of the open mic nights, and is like, wow, this is inspirational. And so kind of the scene fades out as they're looking over a big table with lots of different papers on strategy of which open mic nights at Space Theater Space we should hit to get the most highly influential crowd, what nights security is least lax, things like that in the scene.
Nice.
There are multiple raccoons. There are babies.
Oh.
Sticky for major scene. So now anyone who wants to do any kind of scene can do any kind of scene.
Oh yeah, we have all gone, haven't we?
Yeah. So you can do another minor scene, you can pick a major scene, and you can sort of pick the brain of the station about a thing.
Oh.
And now we're doing major scenes.
You can do major scenes, minor scenes, or the read the station.
Ooh, if I click on your thing, I can find out where your curses are, find out what we're actually doing.
Yeah. Props.
And where is the
action? Read the
remember.
station. Frame a major scene, narrate a minor scene. So for a major scene, you're just setting it up.
Yeah, so you basically pick like what you want the scene to be about, and then pick two people to be in it, two characters to be in it.
Oh, and then you don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Whereas
Well,
minor
you
scene-
can.
You don't have to.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But
I
you
think
can inflict a scene.
Yes, you can inflict a scene on people.
okay, well, I've got an idea. I guess it could be a major scene. I'm just not. I've definitely got a frame. I'm not exactly sure what is going to make it major, but that's where I guess we can find out, huh?
Yeah.
Because I kind of thought this just seems to be a great opportunity to use one of my weak moves. Because I feel like Wib is it's early in the day where I feel like space theater space, like there's nothing going on, or I don't know. Is there stuff going on all day long, or is it kind of just a night venue?
Oh, that's a good question. My guess is that it is a consistent night venue and an inconsistent day venue.
Makes sense. Like I feel like maybe during the day people come by and have a drink or whatever, and maybe there's like
Yeah.
some very light one man acts or something.
Lots of open
Yeah,
mics, lots of
like a
singer
cruise ship.
songwriters.
Yeah. So I feel like it's the afternoon, the kind of sort of few people. It's not the main show of the night or anything. And I'm coming by to see, I can't ever remember anybody's name, Corporal Dash. I'm coming by to see you, Corporal. Are you generally there like behind the bar? Where are you at usually during the afternoon at Space Theater Space?
Okay, I think in this case, in the afternoon, in this random afternoon, it's not a big name or act that they have booked, but Corporal Dash is a big fan and has booked them for this afternoon just because he's about to put them on the rotation for like a night gig, and it's just like one last checking it out, making sure it's okay. But he's generally just sitting like really rapt attention to. I don't know who the act is though. I
What
think
was what was the scene question you were thinking of?
Well, like my main purpose is to use my weak move of wait, where's my thing sheet? There it is. There I am. Of admitting to someone that I cannot get a hold of something. In this case, his filter that filter that I've been trying to track down for Corporal Dash.
So the question could be maybe why can you not get a hold of something?
Right.
You can only get rid of
Which
get a hold of.
Which I have an idea for that. I just didn't know what would make this a major scene per se.
Yeah, Mark, I'm
Yeah.
not sure I'm understanding the question.
Yeah,
that
so,
needs to be in a major scene.
I just pasted a screenshot from the manual up here.
Oh, thank you.
And so when you do a major scene, you should pick a question that the scene is focused on. And so then the scene is over when the question has been answered, pretty much.
All right. I was just trying to figure out how, I didn't know if it needed to like tie into one of the threats somehow or anything like that.
I mean, if it does, that's awesome.
Yeah, then that's the kind of part I thought we could figure out. Like, I have an idea how to answer the question. I just don't know necessarily how it might tie into a more major thread, but we can.
Yeah. I think start with a question and then go from there.
So I think walks over, hi, Corporal Dash. I come to you quite frankly humbled because I'm sure we both know I have a sterling reputation for being able to track anything down.
And normally Corporal Dash would be paying very close attention, but you can tell his attention just keeps drifting to the like kind of bland and anonymous folk singer that's taking the stage. Like, hold on, this is really good. And the singer just delivers some line about a mountain being very pretty. Yeah.
The mountain is big.
Yeah.
Yeah, honor, right, got it.
So it pains me to say this, it really does, because I do not like to, give up on a quest, but here's the thing. There's this whole war thing going on everywhere, and the problem is the filter you need for your beers is basically the same kind of filter that also keeps the fuel clean in ships. And with the war effort going right now, all those kinds of filters are going to the warships to keep the fuel clean. And there's just there's not even enough to outfit all the ships, much less to get one here to, filter your beers. That's just not gonna happen, I'm afraid.
All right, so what's the new price now then?
Wow. Normally I would love to answer that question so much.
Favorite
But-
question.
I think he genuinely does not understand like that it can't be gotten.
But I mean, perhaps, I mean, can't we? Hey, maybe we could make one for you out of something here on the station, like some pantyhose or something. But I'm not gonna be able to get an official filter, like an
Oh, okay.
actual manufactured filter.
And he has his like sheet out. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm sending you the specs now, and then he gets distracted by the singer again, who is playing a very bland and repetitive.
My
one-word
heart, like a bowl of soup.
Right, specs. Okay, well, I'll look at these and see what we can do about.
I'm gonna do
Hi
one of my
Micah.
aspect moves for scum and villainy.
Oh, okay.
One of the
Aspect
moves I have.
Oh, yeah.
I just
Oh,
noticed
I forgot about that.
is offer something rare or illicit at a ruinously high price.
Well, how apropos.
So are you in
Space theater space.
Wibb's booth at that place, or is that?
I think so. Yeah, that would make sense. Or I don't know. I think
you-
Whip
oh, you-
came to me, so I've
Okay, yeah. So you're just hanging out there.
Dash has found like the best seat in the house to take in this amazing music.
Yeah, so I guess I probably just
Um,
sat down at his table and started talking to him.
Wib would the principled Eben Wing or the vicious Vegas boys be more likely to be hanging out at your place?
Nato, I just put this up. Sorry.
You're asking Dash, right?
I'm asking Wib. Yeah.
Oh, you're asking me. Wait,
Yeah.
we're at Dash's place, but
Oh, wherever. Oh, are we at Dash's place, or is that?
yeah, we're at his
Yeah.
theater space.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. So yeah, Dash. Would they be the Eben Wing who are principled, or the Vegas boys who are vicious?
I think
More
the
likely to be
Evan
hanging out
Wing-
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe is. Oh yeah. What's the name of the act that you're the
Oh, I
the
haven't
pretentious
named
act right now?
Oh God, what's a really good bland name for? No, what are you doing? Why is that?
I feel like
think it's just-
I feel like the
it's just
first or last
harmony.
name needs to be Nova. I don't know which one. One of their names needs to be Nova.
The Nova Brothers.
Harmony Nova is one of the Eben Wing, and they are the ones auditioning. It sounds like.
Yeah, more or less unofficially.
And I think the Eben Wing, they always travel in threes. So two of the other members there are there supporting, and the
They're working
the-
the merch table. For
the,
Harmony
the,
Nova.
the head of this triple sort of overhears and says, is it Dash that needs the part?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the part for Dash to filter his beer. Their beer.
And he says, just leans over, and these guys are just like in black robes, and they have these like angular sort of black plasteel masks on. And one of them leans over and says, "Is it Corporal Dash?"
Yeah.
Mr. Dash, I understand that you are looking for something which certain people are unable to procure.
Well, I mean, technically, I'm looking for it. I mean, to get to him, but I mean, I'm no one looking for it.
And both of them sort of turn their creepy mask faces towards you for a second and then away. Mr. Dash, my name is Pulsar. They'll have
So,
some names.
and then he sort of leans forward. And so, do you know Nova?
Yes, Nova is one of our brothers.
Oh, wow.
Nova is dressed the same way. The mask.
Guitar. Yeah.
The Evan
so
Wing would be
Dash just kind of
honored.
takes that in.
The Evan Wing would be honored to provide you with the equipment that you need for a price.
Okay. Obviously. I mean, I'm wondering if this is a weak move or not, but like, I feel like what I want story-wise is like, he says, yeah, I mean, if we stop selling all of our, craft beverages here, why would anyone even?
Can I make a suggestion for a week move?
Okay.
I think the Ebon Wing offers to, if you have a regular performer, I think they offer to provide you with the parts in exchange for a regular night that performer normally has. A residency. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Like the Ebon Wing will take your stage for one night a week in exchange for providing you equipment that you need on an ongoing basis.
All right. Well, I'll have to boot the wolf. He won't be happy. But
Peter gets a token.
So it is.
All right. Well, I'm really happy to have been able to facilitate this meeting and this deal. I told you, I always make sure people get what they need. And sure enough, because I was here, you got what you needed. So we'll call this one even for now, right? Just to don't forget about me in the future.
Don't tell anyone. I couldn't find it.
But by this point, Purple Dash is still is back to being just mesmerized. This guy gets Thursdays.
So do I get my token for my move of admitting I cannot get a hold of something?
Oh yeah. Got your.
And how are we doing tokens exactly?
There's pink tokens over on the right side.
They're up there. You can just steal them if you wanted.
I could.
Good.
That's
Nobody's
very
locked
Nobody's
Wib-like.
locked them down.
Yeah, I got a token.
Seems like a scene.
And hopefully he was distracted enough that my reputation comes out intact.
I'm just locking down a bunch of character sheets right now because I keep accidentally dragging them around.
Yeah, I do too.
Drunk / musician.
So if I need someone to play the Strand while I'm doing a scene,
Yeah, just
I can't-
give it to someone.
I can't. Okay.
Yeah.
I imagine that will come up.
Oh,
Cool. Who wants to do another scene?
Could I want to inquire to the station about something. I forget what that is exactly.
I pasted
read
another
the
page from
station.
the manual up there. Yeah.
Because I want to say that the aristocrat has been shot prior to start of story, which is bad detective.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And I'm intrigued to see how different communities everyone knows about it, and I'm curious how the different communities on the ship feel about it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So the question, zoom in, enhance. Cool. So the topic under discussion is what's the exact question, I guess?
Oh, there's a question. Okay.
Or a statement, whichever.
Yeah.
There's a topic.
Yeah. I will say the statement is the murder of this aristocrat, who probably needs a name, is unacceptable, and is unacceptable.
Empress Divine was an aristocrat I had in mind earlier for trying to see if you want to borrow that.
I just put it on the sticky here. Empress.
That was the one where I was crying to you because I didn't get the open mic night.
So yes, the murder of Empress Divine is unacceptable.
And since there's no order, why don't you pick someone to go first, and they can pick a class of residents to give an opinion about.
Okay, I will throw it to Heath, I guess.
I feel like I am speaking on behalf of the working class merchants on the station who have been impacted negatively because I think like the rich folk, people are a little more less inclined to come to the station. The people who and the higher class people on the station have been less inclined to like come out and go shopping and hit the shops. And of course, suspicion is generally being thrown about to the lower classes and the working classes, like it was probably one of those maintenance workers or whatever. And things so the kind of they've been trying to figure out how to recover from this. They've been running lots of sales and and trying to figure out how to lure the higher class aristocrats back in for some business, and having it painfully kind of be even a little more kiss-assery than normal. And they can't normally, if the aristocrat has a complaint, they've been having to kind of kowtow and can't be like, I'm sorry, no returns. We're like, yes, ma'am. Absolutely, we can do that for you. And so it's a painful time for the working class on the station.
Am I allowed to throw in a response myself?
Yeah, we'll pass. You'll go last, I guess.
Okay, okay.
And then so Keith will pick one, and then we'll go.
Oh, I see. Cool,
Yeah.
cool.
So that's all I need to do, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing else I need to provide. And then I'll throw it to Nicole.
So I'm just picking a group on the ship and deciding how they feel about Empress Divine's murder.
Murder.
The security team is on edge and paranoid about this because this is the first actual crime, actual major crime they've had to deal with in a really long time. Usually it's just trying to keep people from shoplifting in the various malls. So tensions are high, and honestly, employees are kind of scapegoating one another, trying to they're all worried about their own jobs as well. They're more worried about their own jobs than actually solving the crime. But it is like, no, like Daryl was on shift during that time. That wasn't my shift. I traded shifts with him, I promise. And so people are just kind of grubbing to try to keep their jobs.
Nice.
How about Mark?
Me. I think I'm gonna go with my bad guys again, and not just. I think Vegas boys are probably the most sort of outspoken and braggery about it. Braggery, yeah, sure. But I think like the various criminal elements, like if there's like a clip on the whatever media station that's going on station, it's probably one of the Vegas boys who's just like, yeah, this is there's a bunch of names. This is Sly Dente from the Vegas Boys.
Sly Dente.
And they knew what they were getting into coming into what the fuck's the name of the station?
Vertiform Station.
Vertiform.
Vertiform belongs to Vegas.
No, but you have to look at the script before you go on air. I told you about this. You have to practice.
Vertiform belongs to Vegas, and there's aristocrats get what they deserve. You come around Vertiform looking all snooty and stuff, someone's likely to show you what for, and I guess they got a little bit out of hand. And then back to Peter.
Right, and I will speak for the veterans and military on board the ship. I think they are also in a sort of, because Empress Divine in some way violated the neutrality, the carefully studied neutrality that everybody maintains between what the Great Shining Light and the, what was it, Eternal Collective.
Yeah.
The two sides in the war. She was talking crap about both sides of this eternal combat, and that is too much. And so it's like she was a threat to the peace that we somehow have aboard Vertiform.
Nice.
And that's what happens when you do that sort of thing.
Cool.
I have oh, sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
When we're done with this one, I have an
We are done with
for,
this.
I think Corvus would like to visit the Verdigris mural and try to get some answers. Corvus has heard that this mural has a resonance with this with the hyperweave. It's not called hyperweave. What is it called? The force. The weave, the life wind.
Life wind.
And Corvus would like to seek out a prophecy in this mural that usually talks to Micah, it sounds like.
Is this a minor scene that you're doing?
I don't know if it's minor or major. I was going to ask about the murder because I had been thinking that Empress Divine was going to be key to getting the momentum I needed to visit the core.
The pilgrimage.
So I guess, do you want to just kind of like see a vignette of your character interacting with it, or do you have a story question that you want to sort of?
I think I have a story question where I want to consult this mural and try to get a prophecy out of it.
Oh, so the story question is, does the mural have anything to say about the murderer?
Yeah.
Or can it act as an oracle or something? Yeah.
Can it act as an oracle about the mural and about my pilgrimage to the core?
Nice.
So Stingle's coming along just to document. And I'm there. If Micah wants to be there or not, that's cool.
Yeah, but you get to choose 2 people to be in the scene. So if you choose Micah, I'm there.
Yeah, I assume Micah just kind of hangs out near the mural sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Micah, as like they're doing,
it's actually force sensitive.
like find themselves like wandering down that area and sort of just stand in front of the mural and listen for a little while. That's probably where you find them as you are heading there.
And so I am surrounded by like a circle of salt that I've stolen from the kitchens and some blood and like trying to do like the rituals of like summoning the weave that I've read. Oh, ambergris mural, I consult you. You of all must know the answers about the workings of this mighty station. Why would one as great as Empress Divine be murdered?
Do you want to give the lambent strand to someone to play that?
Let me who wants to play the force? Lambent strand.
Oh, sorry, I'm busy finding something to drop on the movie board.
Pinterest time.
Sorry. Give me 1 second.
Who has to play our religion?
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Too big.
So big. So big.
There we go.
We're gonna need a bigger board.
Too small. Correct.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought the mask looked like too.
Oh, cool. You can resize stuff. That's handy.
Oh, that is handy. Oh, I like that mural. I'd agree. The Nova boys. Fucking dicks.
Good musicians.
Nice.
Are they though, Dash?
I don't know, Dash. It's just maybe it's just nostalgic for Dash. Grew up on it.
What is the lambent strand? Okay.
Yeah, so you can just drop, if you want to take that, you can drop your aspect just over here in this empty section and take that one. Yep.
Okay. I can grab the strand. I think if I can figure out how to move my other stuff. That's taking so much time.
And I've got the media here with me as well, since Stengel is my friend. Live at the Ambergris mural, consulting the forces. So high stakes. This better work.
So did you come there while Micah was hanging out, or did Micah come while you were doing your thing?
I imagine Micah was like already kind of chilling there, listening to it. And so I didn't really notice Micah
Yeah, small.
And just started setting up all my stuff and getting everything ready and making sure I was in the correct light and checking the stangle of like, oh, is this lighting going to do okay, or should I be more in the corner so we get more of a shadow? Or and what's Micah up to at this?
I think Micah's just kind of spaced out, kind of listening to the
Actually listening to the wall.
Probably doesn't notice you until like the lights are on and you're in the middle of your thing. And as you're like chanting and stuff, she's got like turns like, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm gonna have to start all over again. Micah, mustn't interrupt the ritual.
What
this
ritual?
Is a very, very sensitive object of the weave, and I have heard those who are sensitive can make contact with it, but through specialized means. Micah, do not interrupt me.
Where did you hear that? Did you just make it up?
There's like a chat room.
So someone just made it up.
Well, this chat room has been reliable in other ways. Sometimes they post prophecies that they've heard on their. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's not.
Has the mural spoken to you yet?
Hold on just a second. I want to look at my moves because I think I might need to be a hypocrite. I think I might need to do a weak move.
I think I'm about to tell the truth at the worst possible moment.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
I think I am going to expose myself as a hypocrite on this issue.
Awesome.
Because I have been pretending to be sourceful or full of the interwoven. Interwoven
Yes.
with the weave. But all right, Micah.
Look, I've seen you around. You're just an attention seeker. You don't care about the weave. You don't care about the mural. You don't care about anything but yourself. So, and she's like looking at the camera as she's saying this.
and Corvus is trying to get Stingle to turn the camera off, but Stingle's just like, and Corvus is like, you're right and you're wrong. Like,
how am I wrong?
How am I
fucking wrong?
You're right in that you're right. I haven't ever I've never felt the weave, and I don't even know if it's fucking real. But I do know that we need to go to the core, and I know that it is of the utmost importance, and I don't know why.
And as Corvus gives this speech, the lighting in the room has been steadily decreasing. And by the end of the speech, the last words are visible as like fogging the air. It's getting colder and colder.
And you can totally jump in with one of the aspect moves too, if you want to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We get our tokens yet?
Yeah, I think we both get our tokens.
Where's the tokens? These are pictures of tokens. Where are the real tokens?
over here. Find me.
Okay, I'm gonna click on your face.
Go to the right. Go to the right.
On your face. Okay, thank you. There's pictures of tokens up top, and I keep trying to grab those.
Go to the right. Go to the right. 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 There we go. Oh.
Right. Sorry, I just wanted my cash.
And I think, yeah, it's colder and colder. At the moment, you both finally twig to that. Like, hey, why is it so? And suddenly you're both alone in the space.
Stangle?
What did you do? Is this one of your fucking tricks?
And your voice is echoing wrong. It's like the room is far emptier than it is. I think there's more reverberation.
What did you do? What did you do?
And both of you see Empress Divine at the far end of the verdigris pillars.
I mean, I definitely had a smoke machine set up, but I didn't have anything else set up.
she passes through the pillars like they aren't there. And she silently is pleading to someone. And then you hear a blast and see her body fall down. And then you see Corvus, an additional copy thereof, sort of holding a blaster and then dissipating into the air.
Was that you? Did you kill
Did
that
I?
fucking lady?
And as you're
I-
shouting that, you realize you're back in the space you were before.
You
I
killed
never
that lady?
did that. I did not kill that lady. We're
just saw you with the
we're like
blaster.
both holding each other, like wrestling. I didn't
Other
kill that
people in the
lady.
room are like holding them back.
Where'd you get the blaster from? Where'd you put the blaster? Why'd you do it?
I've never held a blaster in my life. I don't. That wasn't me.
Look, you can turn into anyone you want. Why would you kill her while you're looking like yourself?
Why would I look like myself when I kill? Yes. Why? What if someone else who could also? I don't know. This hurts my head.
Oh, wait a minute. Are there other Camborn around? Or is it just you?
Probably. I don't know. We don't really get along with each other. Have you met my dad? He is awful.
No.
Head of
Oh,
security.
so you're
Strike.
the head of security, and security people want to clamp down because, oh geez.
No, I didn't murder her.
No,
This
I
is a
think your
setup.
dad might have. I think your dad did it, and he's kind of a dick. Sounds like.
I am receiving noise complaints, so I will have to relocate to the basement after we're done with this scene. We're all
coming up
trying
on
to
like
sleep.
2.5 hours. We want
Oh,
to
wow.
take a break after the scene and then
Yeah,
continue
we can do
later
that
on. Yeah.
scene.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
shouty.
I think like leaning into the telling the truth at the inopportune moment. I think like Micah is now convinced. Like Micah makes conclusions fast and like just leans into the camera. It's like, so Mr. Daddy Greeley, turn yourself in. I don't know. If you want to get more, if you want to lock us down, you got to come up with a better reason than murdering some lady. I don't know. Just
Dad.
turn yourself in to this, whoever she is.
Dad, I know we haven't gotten along, but why would you do this?
Right. That sounds like a scene.
Tingle's like, I can fade out. It's fine. Don't have to do that with
You
your
don't,
hands every
don't,
time.
don't touch the camera. Don't touch the
Do
camera.
Please stop touching the lens.
Cool. I'm okay breaking there if you all are.
Okay, cool. And I will probably start in the basement next time to avoid.
Yeah, sorry.
We are.
guess,
No, it's
I guess-
not your fault. It's everybody's 2 rooms away, and they can still hear me because I am very loud.
You don't seem that loud to me. I was like, I wonder if sound just travels in your house really well. I was like, you
I
don't
also
seem.
I
didn't feel
forget
like
how
you were being
loud I
very
am
loud.
on Zoom when I'm doing
Yeah.
improv. Mark is like, you're just shouting.
Well, in the previous house too, I had like an airlock between my office and the rest of the
Right.
house, and everybody else was on a different floor. And yeah, so
Meh.
well.
Now we
Cool.
know.
So we'll start up next time with some sort of scene. Oh, I guess I'll start up one because I haven't done one yet.
Oh, okay.
So
Um,
back to Friday this week?
Yeah, back to Fridays.
But
Okay.
at 7 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dig it.
Cool.
Requested a bit
Uh,
closer from the source.
Just making characters for this game is super fun.
Yeah.
Just the setup was fine.
And let's see, can I put aspect? Oh yeah. So I'll say the weave accused Corvus of murder.
Oh, and the Evan. Wait,
Weave
now.
has it out for
Owns
me.
Thursdays.
Owns Thursday.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
It's now Eben's Day. We have drink
Cool.
specials all night. Oh, I forgot about the sandwiches that I stuffed in. Broke my microwave. Micah does not like me.
My
Trying
face
to be
is
friends.
grumbly. She's a little bear. She's a little bear.
The full force
Oh,
of
that's-
despair.
I just watched the Squid Game on Netflix, and one of the characters has one of those black angle masks like that.
Oh, okay.
It's very good. It's one of those like, yeah, we got a bunch of people together to play games, and they get killed if it's Hunger Games, basically only Korean, for the first episode. And then it does stuff that you don't expect that kind of show or movie to do. Whereas like Alice in Borderland is just like, here's some weird games where people kill each other and nobody knows why. It's mysterious and you never find out why. But this one is satisfying, and it's also just like capitalism, right?
I'd heard that about it.
Yeah.
Katie Bird is a reviewer I know from
It's very well done.
ATX Festival, and she was really talking it up.
Yeah. There are comedic bits in it that do not clash with the like very dramatic stuff. It's really well done. But yeah, one of them has that mask. Just like, oh yeah, creepy mask guy.
Creepy singer-songwriter.
Yeah.
I love that Dash loves them. I get it.
I've been watching The Sweatbox, the documentary about the making of Emperor's New Groove that Disney keeps banishing from every medium it's done, shows up on.
Oh, I want to see that.
It's fun. It is a thing where Sting is a jerk throughout the whole thing, and you're always on his side throughout the whole thing. Yes, these people don't know what they're doing. Yes, you are being mistreated as an artist.
That's the actual guy. I love having a mood board. I don't know why we don't have
Yeah,
this
the
all
mood
the time.
board is really fun.
Yeah, it's so cool.
We should just
seeing
get a
all these
Pinterest
innovations.
channel for all of our games. On.
We do that for some of our other games, like the Gauntlet games. We do. We have like all the mood board, all the stuff for our.
And then you could
NPCs
post
and
it
stuff
on
that's
your Twitter afterward and
Yeah.
get your engagement or whatever.
So what I'm hearing is every D&D game needs a mood board as well.
I added a picture of the sun spores that are used in Dash's beverages that are getting out of control due to the lack of filtration.
Nice.
Oh, I was wondering what the disease was.
Yeah, and Porco Rosso is my current like mental note.
Is that
for
Lil Wolf?
Corporal Dash. for
for Dash.
Corporal.
Nice.
So-
Yeah, I figured that was one of the pilots.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if
Nice.
sun spores cause any other problems.
To be explored.
Yeah.
Hallucinations.
Hallucinations of murder.
It's also like it's neat because it's a big world, but it's also small enough.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, I don't want to just do the Empress Divine thing, but it's so juicy that I want to go talk to this wall. Try to talk to
Yeah,
it.
you can definitely jump around and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Plenty of locations.
Yeah, I was saying during the break, like this is the first one of this kind of game I played with the token economy. I like it. It's very
I
cool.
want to play the one you were saying it's based off of.
Yeah, the original one is called Dream Askew.
Dream Askew.
And it is basically like a queer commune in some like very recently post-apocalyptic setting where you like basically have like a communal house that, and there's also stuff coming in from the outside, but also just like fucking Willow
Trying
hasn't
to-
done the dishes again.
live in the co-op.
Yeah. But it's the same sort of like making your characters the same way and the tokens and stuff. It's very, very well done. Very nice. Okay, here's our trio. Pose.
I'm guessing the moody yellow lit one is
Yeah, that's
Harmony.
Nova or Harmony Nova.
Harmony Nova.
Maybe people can see that. I don't know.
Our mood board, our
Oh.
precious mood board.
Now they'll all know. All right. I'm going to stop the stream. I can here. Oops.
Doop, doop, doop.
Bye, everybody.